So just a quick look around the station before we head off. We're only here till the 8:56 Stradmanak service, which is going to be formed of one of the new Stadler flirts that have come into service, the class 231s. I'm very excited to ride them because we saw them in the Gloucestershire video, if you remember that, on test. Now they're in service. So entrance to the station is basically this little road here, leads in. There's a little hut here. Again, surprised that, because a lot of these valley stations I've heard have got a tendency to get vandalised. So but this little shelter here looks like it's been around for a long time. Looks like it could have been a former station building as well, potentially. I doubt it though, it's probably just one big shelter. Oh god, it goes all the way in. We're going to do a thing today. If we go to the disused stations, well, not disused, unstaffed stations and look at shelters, we've got to see what's been left over in them. So what's in this one today? So we've got a tub of Pringles. We've got a Red Bull can. We've got chicken ham. It's that thing. It's a Southern Pride chicken wrap and a Pringles lid. All in here, just rubbish left over. So yeah, let's see what else we find. See what random things we find. So that's what we found at Clinician. So we're going to wait for our train to take us to the next station, which is Lisvane and Thornhill. And we'll update you when our train arrives for that one. Right, arriving now is the 0856 service to Stradmanak. It is going to be 231002. We'll update you when we reach Lisvane and Thornhill on this. Right, we've now made it to Lisvane and Thornhill, and 231002 is about to depart. It says not in service, but it was. So that was 231002, and we also have a 769 approaching as well, which is heading to, let's be heading to Penarth. This one will be. It is 769452. See this one go out in a sec. Okay, the partner now is going to be 769452, heading over to Penarth. Right, so this station is Lisvane and Thornhill. So this is in North Cardiff, so we are still in the city. So we're sort of towards the outskirts, but not there yet. How do I... right, okay, yeah, so it's a weird pronunciation, but this station actually replaced one called Caerphilly on Holt, which was closed in 1986, and Lisvane and Thornhill came in place. So this was opened in 1985, so a year later they closed the other one. So it was basically built as a replacement, so that's basically what it was. But it's a newer station compared to some of the others on the line. So yes, as you can see, most of the station still has a Reaver, I don't know what you want to call it, green or blue, but it's branding because some people dispute the colour. But it is brand, I think it's blue, Arriva blue but everyone,
Turquoise.
yeah, we'll go with that. So yeah, but we are in North Cardiff. We'll have a look around, and if there's anything else we'll let you know, but we're going to wait on the next train to take us to next station, Caerphilly. Okay, 2 trains arriving and they're both 150s. We've got 150 227 coming in here heading to Penarth, as well as another 150. Which is our train to take us to Caerphilly. 150 278. We'll update you. This one's heading to Bargoed. I'll update you when we reach Caerphilly, the next stop. Made it to Caerphilly now. 152.78 heading out. Right, so this station is Caerphilly. This is one of the more busier stations on the network. Basically, so the station looks, in my opinion, quite run down. Station sign here looks horrendous for a start. It looks like it's got moss on it as well. Don't know what's happened there, or some sort of mould. You can tell it's an old ATW branded one. So this station has 3 platforms. Platforms 3 and 2 are the main platforms. Platform 3 obviously used towards Bargoed direction. Platform 2 towards Cardiff. Platform 1 I believe is used at peak time, or used to be.
Well, they only use it on a Sunday occasionally for Caerphilly services.
On a Sunday, right, so that's really when it's used. Otherwise, we've got local knowledge here, by the way, because James knows this area really well, so it's helpful. Kat just is Welsh, but
there's geese here.
You know there's geese here.
Yeah.
Here's 769008 arriving. And this one is heading to Penarth, like all of them will be. So we'll have a look around the station and we'll see if there's anything else. We're going to go outside and have a look at the little transport interchange that is outside at Caerphilly. But that's only just to include the video, to have a bit of a bus element in the video too. But we'll go have a look at that. But for now, this is Caerphilly. One other thing to note, by the way, if WAS 769 is here, that doesn't work. It looks like an old one as well, so it looks like one of them that hasn't even, the station just does, they just don't care, do they? They just don't care about Caerphilly. But to be fair, who would? Sorry Reese, but who would?
Yeah, well, you got the one, but
there's an E200 there. Anyway, there's 769, it's heading off to Penarth. Hit a little bell as well, they've still got that. There's a Optes Solo there on the E as well, which is a local bus. So some of the bus routes here are lettered because Caerphilly is one of the main networks. I believe there's a depot here as well. So yeah, a lot of buses will come out here and they do the lettered routes. The A, the B, the C, the D and the E. I think it's all of those. And they just do local circular routes around through throughout the Caerphilly and yeah, the Caerphilly area. So anyway, we'll update you in a minute. Right, so here we are at the station. There is a 50 which is heading to Newport. That is a gold E200 MMC stagecoach, South Wales. Anyway, so the station's here, and just down the steps here is Caerphilly's transport interchange. So down here, we've got a few buses which are just waiting along. An Optes Solo, which is here. You have got E200 MC, yeah, which is Stagecoach local livery. Not Abrupt Air Solo, an E200 MC, and a couple of others as well. So yeah, as you can see, the Solo is just reversing out there, heading over to somewhere which I'm not going to pronounce because that's actually really complicated Welsh for me. But it's on a local bus anyway, Caerphilly local. There it goes. So I believe 2 companies run here, Stagecoach, South Wales and Harris Coaches, but I don't know if Adventure Travel run here as well. But if we take a very quick stroll along, you'll see some of the other stuff. So the A, which and then you've got the F, you've got the 26, the 86X as well. The 26 is an E300, which is a Transbus one, I believe. And then another E200 MC, and another, I think, there's an E200 right at the very end. Indeed it is. So as you can see, it's a fairly basic layout here, but it's just a bunch of bays which connect Caerphilly station with the buses, so it's really, really handy. Anyway, we're going to head back to the station. Our train, the next stop for us is Hengoed and Churchill Park, as the MMC to Heath Hospital heads out. Okay, arriving in now is going to be the 0932 TFW Service 2 Bargoed. 769445 is this one. That's taking us to Hengoed and Churchill Park. Update you when we get there. So a little update for you guys on today's trip. We are on the 769445 and we are at Aber, and it has failed. Power's completely tripped. So at the moment the doors have closed and they've locked. So we're kind of.
Go for a wee.
You couldn't.
No, because I shut the door and it was like open like that. I'd had to like push it open.
Oh my god.
I was like, shit, I'm not going in there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Cat couldn't even use the loo because of it, and the power's gone again. Yeah, so we're currently locked in, waiting to. What we're going to do is probably get off here at Aber and get the bus as planned. So we're meant to come back here anyway. Get off here and then continue on to Bargoed, or Gilfach Fargoed, I think it was, that we were going to go to, and then go from there. But AWS just gone off, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, our train has failed. Great way to start the day. Well done 769s, as reliable as ever. I should say as terrible as ever. Okay, so we are now on the move, which is good. We're now running non-stop to Stradmanak, so we're going to go off there, and then the plan where we were going to get off there beforehand, we'll now skip that, and we'll take this opportunity to go there. So yeah, we're running non-stop, so just passing Hengoed and Churchill Park, which we were meant to be at. And we're running on about, I'd say, 1.5 engines at the moment. So, because it's completely conked out, well, 3/4 conked out, it's pretty bad. So yeah, they're terminating this at Stradmanak and then go back to Canton, and then whatever diagram it was on, it'll probably swap out for another unit or just cancel. So yeah.
Well, they could just take it to Sims Metals.
Yeah, that might be a better one, because then they don't have to ever run ever again. That would also be a good option. Right, anyway, I'll update you soon. Alright, we've now made it to Stradmanak. Earlier than planned, due to the fault to the 769, which is now going to reverse and go back to Cardiff. It's probably going to turn around actually, so it's probably going to go that way. I imagine a crossover. It is going to go that way, so it is going to reverse here and then go back towards Cardiff and then go into Canton, where it will stay and then get fixed, hopefully. Probably not. It'll break again, 100%. Anyway, we'll look at this station and we're going to cross over to the other side anyway. But this is Ystrad Mynach. Right, 769445, the faulty one, is now going back to Cardiff. So as you can hear, half of one engine is pretty much struggling. The other two engines at the two back carriages are out, and only really the only engine filled carriage is the front. The second one is literally only just on.
Yeah, it's on a
It's like on a knife edge, we call it. So yeah, off we go. We're now going to go back to Clan Bradact and do that station next. We'll come back to the other two later, and we're going to try and get back on plan now. That's the main priority at this point. So update you soon. This is Stradmanak, by the way. This station, I believe trains do terminate at quite a bit.
That is correct,
What do they do when they terminate? Do they just stay on this
They
platform?
just stay on this platform and they go back out because it's bi-directional.
Ah, that's cool. That's cool. Do you know much about Stradmanak, James?
Well, staggered platform.
Yep, staggered platforms.
And not only that, just out of view as well, you got the line to Bargoed, the freight line.
Yes, so there is the line to Bargoed, which, not Bargoed, but Bargoed.
And another fact, it's got a very interesting name.
It does have a very interesting name. But Bargoed, actually, there's a rail tour that's going on it in a few weeks' time, isn't there?
Yes, which I'm doing.
What's it called?
It's called the South Wales Explorer.
And it's going on the freight-only line, isn't it, Bargoed?
Yes, that's correct.
Where does it lead out to?
It just leads up to the coal refinery.
Ah, so is it going there and back?
I think that's what the plan
Right,
is.
it's 37 doing it as well. Even
Yes.
better. Right, we'll update you soon. Right, arriving in now is 769452. Our train to take us back to Clan Bradact. The other two stations, so what is it? The other two stations that we're going to use, Aber and Hengoed, we're going to come back to you later. We'll update you when we reach Clan Bradact. There is 769452 heading out. As you can see, this station is quite interesting. It looks like a lot of it has been cut off. A lot of trees here have been cut down, that's for sure. Trying to maybe free up the vegetation a bit more to stop overgrowing, which is good. So this is Clan Bradact. Now this station is heavily not looked after, let's say. It's still got a River Trains Wales signage. It's in the right state. We're going to go have a look around, see if the shelters have any rubbish, because we looked at that at Clinician and we found stuff. So yeah, we shall do that in a moment, but that is Clan Bradact, and we'll go have a look around and take you any facts shortly. Arriving in there is 769008. That's off to Rhymney from Penarth, that one. Not failing, of course.
surprisingly.
So there's that one. Clan Bradact, this station has got staggered platforms again, and a scaffolding on the, looks like they're doing up the footbridge a little bit.
I want to make a point about that. The original footbridge is actually being repaired.
It's being repaired. What happened to it?
Apparently a rail vehicle bumped it and it got damaged.
Oh.
It was a rail. It was, wait, they got one.
Ah. So that, yeah. So they're repairing it. So there we go. But the station does have an interesting sort of background to it. It's obviously winter still, so nothing looks that pleasant. But it looks like a lot of things have been cut down here, like I say, to improve things. But the one thing that's rather entertaining about this station, also 769 leaves, but we've seen enough of them already, is this. The station sign. It's actually quite a retro one. So yes. They also have a River Trains Wales signage here. They haven't really done much to it. So
It doesn't appear so. It looks pretty rough.
yeah, it is. Anyway, our next station is going to be Gilfach Fargoed. And when we head there, we're going to get a bus. So I'll update you soon. Right, so the next station we've just arrived at is Gilfach Fargoed. Now this station is tiny. Also, by the way, I didn't introduce him earlier, Sergeant Sylvian's here. Chris is here with us, well out of his zone,
Definitely, come all the way from bloody Nottingham.
but he's got a direct train, so might as well.
Yeah. I think I'm supposed to just come on, folks.
If you've got a direct train, you might as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're going to wait on the 11:47 Bargoed service.
That's working again now?
Now, Gilfach Fargoed is very awkward. After a certain period of time, the service gets very staggered and trains don't always stop here. Generally speaking, it's an hourly service, but there are times where even that hourly service doesn't stop here. James, isn't there a period of time when just no trains come here and stop?
No trains usually come here on a Sunday.
So no Sunday, and then during the day they have like gaps, don't they?
Yeah, but it's usually every hour.
It's hourly normally. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it is. But the next train towards Penarth isn't until 4:20.
I think there's a glitch on that. I don't know. Possibly.
That's not a glitch. That's real.
Not fit, say.
That is real. Because I checked that ages ago. That's real.
Oh God.
So 1619 is the next Penarth train. That is the gap I'm talking about. Because for some reason, I think it's because trains go towards Bargoed here. Probably because, I don't even know. It must be that Bargoed is just around the corner and maybe it's more passengers use it to go to Bargoed than they do going towards Cardiff.
Possibly.
Who knows? But yeah, there's an hourly on this side. It's weird.
Yeah, are you recording us?
Yes, I am.
You might as well just
But it
take
is
the bloody
peak.
bus.
Sorry, you didn't catch anything. So this station does have step-free access as well. But yeah, this is Gilfach Fargoed, a very tiny station.
Like you then.
Yeah, and you. Anyway, right, I'll date you soon. Okay, arriving in now is going to be the 11:47 Transport for Wales service to Bargoed from Penarth. This is formed of a 231. I think this is the other one. We had 231 002. I think we're going to have
You already
231.
had one. Lucky buggers.
Yeah, so I think this is going to be the other one, 010.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, Chris is fuming because he wasn't here when we had the first one. It's 231 010. Yep, it is indeed. And as planned, only the one coach fits on the platform. So yeah, off we go anyway. Okay, we've now made it into Bargoed. This is one of the terminus points on the Rhymney Valley line, which they terminate here mostly. Only once an hour they go beyond here to. Only once an hour they go beyond here to Rhymney. So there's a few stations on the line from here which go towards Rhymney, but we're going to come back to them later. As for now, we've still got Pengam and Hengoed to go, so I get them mixed up all the bloody time. We've got them, and we've also got Enniglyn and Aber to do, but for now we're going to do the first two. But we're going to get a bus, the X38, over to one of them, and yeah, go from there. Update you soon. Yeah, it is, definitely. But I'll update you in a minute anyway.
Yo, guys.
So here we are with 231010 here at Bargoed. Sorry, Tyler, go on. And I'm just going to get a quick picture of it as well. There we go. I'm happy now. James, congratulations, you got in the thumbnail. So you are now part of the thumbnail.
Oh, that's okay.
There you go. Anyway, so this, for a station that, in my opinion, is extremely run down, there's a very new train that's sat in it. These are lovely, they really are. If you haven't tried them yet, definitely try the 231s. They are fantastic trains. Up there, obviously, it's a Swiss manufacturer, Stadler, and they are obviously really, really good. They've always made amazing trains, and they have continued here with the Flirts, which have joined Transport for Wales' fleet. We're now going to see this one go back up to Penarth, wait for it to go. Okay, now going out is the 1200 Transport for Wales service to Penarth. runners, new and old. Here comes a 150. This 150 is, I believe, headed for Rhymney. And it is 152.78. That is the proper definition of new train versus old train. Except that old train doesn't pick up faults, 769.
More reliable.
Don't call the 769 new because they are not new. They are old, they're just converted.
Whoever had the opinion to think it was just silly.
Update you soon. So 150.278 there, heading out to Rhymney. So between Caerphilly and Rhymney, and also between, I think it's Pontypridd and Merthyr and Aberdare and Treherbert, I think there's no alcohol allowed.
Yeah, Ponty to Merthyr, Ponty to Aberdare, and alcohol.
And then also, Caerphilly to Rhymney, there's also no alcohol allowed. So ScotRail, on the other hand, have done an all-round no alcohol ban, whilst Transport for Wales have done a partial one. So yeah.
And then if we're in Truro, just some services.
Yeah, GW, everyone else just does it on particular services that maybe have trends on them. Anyway, so what we're going to do, we're going to head to Pengam, the next station, along the line towards Cardiff, and then we need to do Hengoed, then we're going to cover the Rhymney branch. So update you soon. Right, so we're now here at Bargoed's bus interchange. So as you can see, it's literally just these bays here. It's completely empty. All that's over there is a Harris Coaches Optare Solo. That is there at the moment. Now our bus is going to be the X38, which is on here, which goes to Pontypridd, which we're actually going to take to a place called Glananant, and that is the nearest station, nearest bus stop to Pengam station, which is where we're heading next. The area itself, Bargoed, is the town centre, I must say, is dead. There's literally nothing open. There was a shop, and that shop had bare stock and was only doing cash only. Luckily, Chris there paid the cash, and because I never use cash, but Chris very kindly offered.
I just so happened to have some cash on.
Yeah, so he kindly offered to get everything, and I'm going to give him the money back.
Cash.
It's easier that way. When someone else carries cash, you can pay them back easier if they have card. But yeah, I didn't think a shop would do cash only, but there we go. But yeah, the town centre's dead. There's literally nothing there, and it's probably one of the most, I'm not going to lie, Bargoed so far in this series, along with Sunderland and along with like a couple of others, has come across as probably one of the most depressing places I've ever seen. And that's saying a lot. So Bargoed is up there, but like I say, along with Sunderland, along with Hull, and along with like maybe a couple of others. So I could name a few really, but Bargoed's now up there. There's a few I could name, but I can't really think of them off the top of my head, but I know I've named a few others. But yeah, so now we're going to head over to Pengam, and we'll update you soon. We're on an E200 MMC, an adventure travel one, so update you soon.
Actual Canal 769.
Right, here we are at Pengam station, and arriving in is 152.50. We'll see this one go out in a second. This is heading to Rhymney. Okay, the partner there is 152.50. That is heading out on the 1256 Transport for Wales service to Rhymney from Penarth. So this station is Pengam. It's not very peng, it must be said. What it is though is a dump. But the station, yeah, most of these stations are a dump in my opinion. Sorry to say if anyone lives around here. They may agree with me, they may disagree with me, but each to their own, and remember, agree to disagree.
None of them are as bad as Upton though.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, this station seems like it's next to a farm or a pub. I think it might be a pub.
Pub with a town built next to it.
Yeah, it looks like it anyway. And next to here is just like a little streets basically. Just serves a local community like most of these stations do. But Pengam is, we got a bus here after the X38 we were meant to get drove past us. That was fun. So we got the C17 over here instead, which is operated by Harris Coaches.
No, I got the train.
And then Chris took the train here. So yeah, saved himself £1.80.
Yeah, and a solo SR.
And a solo SR, which actually wasn't that bad. So yeah, the next station for us is Hengoed, and we're going to head there next. But this is Pengam, and yeah, just quite run down in my opinion, but there we go.
How long are we on this train for?
Right, arriving in now is going to be our train, the 1330 Transport for Wales service to Penarth. And we're going to take this to Hengoed, the next station along the line, 769-006. Hopefully this one doesn't fail on us.
It shouldn't. I mean, 2 failures in one day would be absurd. Although believable for 769.
Yeah.
Hengoed.
By the way, I don't know if I did a clip, but we are now here at Pengam. Sorry if it was such a brief clip, but we are here. So yeah, just one of the intermediate stations, but I think I actually already did a clip here. Actually, yes I did. I'm being dumb, so it's all fine. Just a bit tired, so you forget. Anyway, on we go. Right, we've now made it over here to Hengoed. .006. So this station is Hengoed. It looks like it's got a couple of cartoon characters here. That one looks creepy. Who the hell is that?
I don't know.
A football.
It's a footballer with a very spiky.
With a rugby ball.
Yeah, it's maybe a rugby player then. It's got to be something to do with the Welsh rugby. Yeah, it's got to be something to do with the Welsh rugby, I reckon. And over there is a cartoon Welsh dragon with a random man that looks like James when he's like 40 standing next to him. Sorry, James. Hello. Oh look, it's a Budweiser.
Coffingberg, actually.
It's not Bud, is it? It's Copperberg. I didn't see the logo. Copperberg, look at that. And it's a strawberry one as well, very nice. Had that many times.
Don't drink your remains.
No, there's nothing in there, I bet. Right, so yeah, this station is again quite run down. It's in a nice enough backdrop, let's say. It's also on a little curve as well, right beyond over there.
Around here.
So you got the curve station, and another curve, basically in the middle of a curve.
I quite like this, to be honest.
So yeah, timetable alterations. I wonder what they're saying. Buses replace trains. I wonder if it's in dates. No, it's not. Of course it's not. Right, anyway, so guys, it's time for a question. Who is this? Wrong answers only. Answers in the comments. Right, we'll update you soon. Right, just a little extra clip, but I'm going to let James tell us about this. He's just walking up here to show us something here at Hengoed, which he'll know about, so I'll let him do that. But we'll walk up here first and get up there. So as you can see here, there is a sign which just says Hengoed High Level. So it's just up here. What do you know about this bit then, James?
Well, I can tell you that this used to be the former Pontypool Road Neath section to Brecon.
Okay.
Well, it used to be the line from Neath to what they called Pontypool Road.
Pontypool Road.
Yeah.
That was the last station, Pontypool Road.
Yeah, and you can see the viaduct there.
Yeah.
That's obviously Hengoed viaduct that they used to carry the line.
So we're basically standing on a disused line right now, That's quite incredible. This station's actually quite notable. Probably one of the most notable ones we've seen all day. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, this used to be Hengoed High Level. Like you say, it goes to Pontypool New Road, or used to. When did it close? Beaching, I'm guessing?
Yeah, beaching it was.
Yeah, beaching. That's all we need to say.
I thought it's a remnant of a platform.
That probably is, yes. So we're not actually walking on it, but we're walking next to it. Anyway, right, we're going to head back down and we're going to head to on the Rhymney branch now and do the stations on there. They're a little bit more trickier because they're once an hour. So let's see how we handle them. But we are on plan now, so that's good. So yeah, good news. In fact, I think, looking at the plan, we might actually be an hour early. And if we are, even better. But we'll see. We'll update you soon. But Hengoed done. Right, the partner now is going to be the 1352 service to Penarth. Just filling up from the footbridge here at Hengoed. I actually really like the station. Might be a bit run down, and unfortunately the shelter does smell of wee, which isn't very nice because it's an unstaffed station, so people just do what they want at night. It's probably night time. But yeah, our train is only 8 minutes late currently, so we're waiting for it. It's actually now made up another 2 minutes, and that's only 6 minutes late, so that's not too bad. And we're going to be taking it to the next station on our plan, which is Brifdir, which is actually on the Rhymney branch. We're now going to succumb to the hourly pattern. So good luck to us. Right, here is the 1353 service to Rhymney, which we're going to take to Tir-Phil, the next station. And we'll update you when we get there. Right, we now made it into Pontlottyn. It was going to be Tir-Phil, but we changed it slightly. I'll move over it. Two 31010, heading over to Rhymney only. So welcome to single platformed Pontlottyn station. Wow, that's actually a nice view actually over there. I'll give it that.
It looks great.
It does look really nice. Welsh countryside. That's what it is.
Great when it's not raining.
Welcome to our country.
Yes. James, what do you know about this place? Do you know anything about this place or station?
Well, I do. What actually do you remember? I think this used to be a double track.
What happened?
I think it was just renationalised.
Oh, standard. Should we blame beaching for that too?
No, BR renationalised.
We blame BR nationalisation for that one. So yeah, as you can see the remnants of another track here. It must have been quite high up because it looks like it's on a bank. So that must have been prone to landslips. That must have been fun.
Well, I was going to mention, we got in Brifdir. When we came into Brifdir, there was another platform on the other side, so it was definitely double track all the way.
Right, yeah. Brifdir is now passing loop, isn't it?
No, Tir-Phil's passing loop.
It's just, what's that? Tir-Phil's the passing loop. Sorry, my fault. Yeah, okay, so yeah, this is Pontlottyn station, and we're going to wait for our train to come back and take us to Tir-Phil. Update you soon. Okay, now arriving in is going to be our train to take us to Tir-Phil. It's 231010 again.
Again. We're all taking photos.
And we're going to take this to Tir-Phil. I'll update you in a minute. Sorry about a late start there on that bit. 231010 there, heading out. And we're now at the passing loop on the Rhymney branch, which is Tir-Phil. And this is the station here. So you might laugh at this one because someone actually once sent me a meme of Tir-Phil and said Tir-Phil and sent me a picture of Phil Mitchell off EastEnders, Steve McFadden. Tir-Phil. So yeah, not really his station. You could also say Mr. Phil that we know. Who knows who he is? It could be his station. It could also be the railway station dedicated to absolutely terrible Manchester United defender Phil Jones. And I would probably going to use that one. So Tir-Phil, you are a terrible station just like the person you're named after. And Phil Jones, just a heads up to you, you're stealing a living. Anyway, enough about that.
There's a lot of rubbish on the track, so...
So, this is Tir-Phil. This is a passing loop for the hourly runs between Penarth and Rhymney. And just before I finish anything, James, do you know anything about this place that you want to add?
Just doing the passing loop.
It is just a passing loop. That's probably the most notable thing about it, is that it is the passing loop. The rest of this line is single track, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they're planning to keep it as a single track.
Would make sense.
So what, are they going to electrify as well?
Some sections they will, yeah, but if certain sections are too low,
They can't do it, can
then
they?
they can't do it. That's why.
Fair enough. Right, anyway, so Tir-Phil done. We're just doing short segments of these stations. We don't really need to spend any longer time here than we need to. So that's that station done. The next station for us is Brifdeer, and we're going to look to see if we can get a bus there. Update you soon. Okay, arriving in now is the 1508 Transport for Wales service to Rhymney, which we're going to take to Rhymney. 150-251 on this one. Update you soon. Right, we're now here at Rhymney. 150-251 is sat here. So this station, I believe, trains used to carry on through, but they don't anymore. It's usually just once an hour there's a terminus. This is used as a terminus for Transport for Wales services from Penarth. But the station itself, it looks a bit nicer than some of the others, let's say. As you see, this is the other side. So there's a flirt that's currently sat in the siding over there. It's just been sat there for a little while. I imagine all day, actually, I'd say.
Probably work the morning peak service up here.
Maybe, yeah. So I think that sometimes does happen. There's 3 tracks, or four lanes actually. The engine's gone off with 7 minutes to go. Fair enough then. So yeah, just out here is the entrance to Rhymney station as well, where you can clearly see nothing. There's a bus stop down there which the 4A serves, which is operated by both Stagecoach and Harris coaches. And then the entrance is just this entrance here with a little building which probably used to be a former station building. Looks like it could have been. Now used as a security HQ. Security services place, so I don't know, probably just private hire, stuff like that.
I believe the Rhymney service is actually used to be run by 37s and Mark IIs.
They did, that's correct. For a time anyway, and then they stopped that.
Yeah.
That was quite nice actually, when the 37s and Mark IIs were doing it.
Would have been nice to see them up today.
Yeah, well it wasn't too long ago, a few years ago that they started.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. But anyway, so that's Rhymney done. The next station and the final station of today is Brifdeer, before we head back to Cardiff Central. So, 2 stations, Aber and Enniglyn and Churchill Park, will be returned to, along with Caerphilly in South Wales. I always like to, well, unintentionally left these 2 behind, but we've got to because we need to get back, just given time frames that we set up for ourselves. So we can stay and do them, but if they're easy to get back to, then there's every chance that we can just skip them this time.
Yeah.
So we will.
And just do it when the eventual South Wales 4.
Yeah, that's true. Right, so we'll wait for 150-251 to leave. We're going to get a bus to Brifdeer, but we'll update you soon. Right, the partner now is 150-251, heading out to Penarth.
Bargoed, Hengoed, Stradmanak, abrupt, Lisvane and Thornhill.
New and old there, 150 and flirt. I know which one I prefer. Actually, I don't mind either, to be fair, so either one wins, so. So, that's Rhymney done. James, quick question. Does the line, where did the line carry on to over there?
Oh, that's just a head shunt.
Oh, is it just a head shunt over there, is it?
Yeah.
So there's no
Just a-
continuation or anything?
No, I just takes it into Rhymney sidings.
Ah.
Just the head shunt to go back
What do
in.
you, is there anything you want to say about, anything you want to add about this station before I finish the clip?
There's not a lot really here.
Sounds about right for this place. Just as a terminus, we can use that. And there's quite a few sidings, so yeah. Anyway, right, Brifdir next. We'll update you when we get there.